it was not like Southside. It was it's like a different country in a way.
A community displaced by school closures has struggled to find their identity again. Tonight you'll hear the stories from students and families displaced by past school closures in Muncie.
A new partnership will open one of those formerly closed schools, but repurpose it. Details on that project tonight on NewsLink Indiana.
No jacket needed today, but I'll tell you when you're going to need that rain jacket coming up.
From the heart of Ball State University, live from the Unified Media Newsroom, NewsLink Indiana starts right now.
Good evening, everyone. Thanks for being with us. I'm Jeremy Masukovich.
And I'm Michelle Kaufman. Plans are underway tonight in a partnership between Ball State, Muncie Community Schools, and the YMCA of Muncie. The YMCA will be moving its daycare to a new location.
NewsLink Indiana's Tyler Brummett is live tonight at Mitchell Elementary School with a breakdown of the changes that are coming. Tyler?
Yeah, hey there, Jeremy and Michelle. Good evening. It was just under 2 years ago that Mitchell Elementary School, just behind me, closed its doors for the final time. And now, thanks to a new partnership, the building that was once set to be demolished now has a new lease on life.
We are in a unique opportunity here to create something really dynamic and really ultra supportive of the community needs.
Excitement is building for the YMCA, Ball State, and Muncie Community Schools. That is because of a new partnership between the three announced this week. In a message sent out, Ball State President Jeffrey Mearns expressed his support for the project, saying in part, "Our hope is that the new Learning Center will become a model of innovation and collaboration." He went on to say he's supportive for what he calls the high-quality learning environment that'll come from this project. That's something that YMCA Director of Early Learning Becky Scatterfield says she's excited for.
Partnering with Ball State and their strong focus on supporting the upcoming workforce, not only the early childhood component, but really focusing on the Ball State students who are education majors, who are child development majors, family study majors.
Despite the change that will be coming, the mission stays the same for the YMCA.
We have a strong history and we've been doing a lot of research and practice with outdoor education and connecting children with nature. Bringing all of that together is really, really exciting.
But some questions still remain unanswered. As for the YMCA's current building,
we'll be business as usual in this building until we move. After that, the plans for this building are undecided, and those plans will be revealed as time goes on.
Now, one other note that we do want to make, the move itself, it's going to be taking place in August. We did reach out to MCS for a comment, but we have not yet heard back. For now, live outside Mitchell Elementary School, Tyler Brummett, NewsLink Indiana.
Tyler, thank you. For more information on this partnership, visit bsu.edu/bettertogether.
Switching to changes on campus, 2 Ball State colleges will soon have new deans. Seth Beckman will be the new dean of the College of Fine Arts, and Stephen Ferris has been appointed as the dean of the Miller College of Business. Beckman is a Ball State alumnus and is currently at Duquesne University in Pennsylvania. Ferris is currently at the University of Colorado, Colorado Springs. Both deans will start July 1st.
It is the 60th anniversary of the Honors College at Ball State, and students are celebrating by focusing on the college's history. NewsLink Indiana's Isabel Kristoviak has more.
Students and faculty of the Immersive Learning course have come together to honor the 60th anniversary of the Honors College with a project. The Immersive Learning Project, led by Dr. Michael Doyle and graduate assistant Nathan Rivers, is a project which allows 10 students of different majors to interview alumni and past administration of the Honors College. Their goal is to compile a historical record of Ball State's Honors College, something that does not exist today.
Oral history is so critical to society. We need to continue to record and gather the memories of people before they leave this earth.
Each student will conduct 3 two-hour interviews which will be posted on Ball State's digital media repository as a valuable resource for posterity. Students and faculty hope to show the evolution of the Honors College and how it influenced individuals throughout the years.
Help students or potential students make choices for themselves, for things that work for themselves, then I think that it will have been successful.
The Immersive Learning Project has taught students the importance of conversation and allowed them to listen and learn to the mistakes and triumphs of those before them. In Muncie, Isabel Kristoviak, NewsLink Indiana.
The findings of the project will be presented at Ball State's Mid-Eastern Honors Association Conference. It starts on April 5th and goes until the 7th. Now, Michelle, beautiful day out there today. We had some higher temperatures and some sunshine.
I know, I actually walked to class instead of driving. It was great. Hopefully that'll continue.
Peyton, what do you got coming up in weather?
You know, Jeremy and Michelle, today was a beautiful day to be out and about. I didn't have a jacket either, and I'm always cold, but right now still warm across the state. Right now, 24 hours ago, we're still 11 degrees warmer in Indianapolis, 13 degrees here in Muncie, and 21 degrees still staying warm to the southern portions of the state right now in Bloomington. And right now, we're going to be seeing a little bit of a switch in that system as our next weather maker right here is taking over central Illinois, increasing cloud cover for most of Indiana, and this is going to be impacting our evening as well as the day tomorrow. And now temperatures still rather warm, like I mentioned. Right now 66 in Muncie, 64 in Anderson, and 62 in the great state capital of Indianapolis, and 59 degrees in Kokomo, so a little bit chillier. And what we're going to be talking about coming up, we're going to be seeing rain on the way, and I'm going to time that out for you coming up, and a quick cool down this weekend, but not too far behind a spring return for midweek this upcoming week. But all that and more coming up in my full forecast.
Students at Muncie's Southside High School never thought it would close, and then it did.
Tonight we'll take an in-depth look at the loss of identity those displaced students felt.
No more, he didn't mean it.
No more, she seems fine to me.
No more, not my problem.
No more, she was drunk.
No more, he was drunk.
No more, she was asking for it.
No more, he didn't mean it.
No more, why didn't she tell anyone?
No more, we don't talk about that.
No more bystanding.
No more ignorance.
No more excuses.
No more.
So, I just moved in with his family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that! That's disgusting! Oh, poop already! You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
After retiring from the NFL, I've been able to spend a lot more time coaching my daughter's basketball teams. It's something I love to do. Through our games and our tournaments, we see all types of coaching, good and bad. And it begs the question, do we really know who's coaching our kids? Do they have the proper training and screening it would take for me to be comfortable with my daughters playing for that coach? Our Youth Basketball Association made the decision to use trusted coaches to screen and train all of our coaches. I'm a trusted coach. Are you?
Welcome back. A Ball State professor is retiring this May after more than 30 years, and her final project is on stage this weekend. NewsLink Indiana's Emily Harless reports.
Beth Turcott is a seasoned professor in Ball State's acting and musical theater departments. She taught for 37 years, directed 40 shows, took students on trips abroad, and hosted many projects that have shaped the community and won several awards. Her most notable project is the Cornerstone Center for the Arts, a place where less fortunate kids can go to learn more about theater and the other arts.
But I felt so passionate about make sure kids who couldn't afford it could take classes in the art. My first year after we got it open, we had approximately 15,000 students that went through in some capacity.
Turcott's current project is Gypsy, a musical about a burlesque queen from the 40s named Gypsy Rose Lee and her mother Rose, who has to learn to let her go. Turcott said this was a special project to end her career on.
And I'd been in it twice myself, so it was kind of reuniting with an old friend.
Grace Hill, a senior majoring in video production and stage management, is a repeating student of Turcott's and one of the students who went on their class trip to Paris. She says Turcott has inspired her and helped her become the person that she is today.
She had a huge influence on my time here
starting with the acting class that I took with her my freshman year. I think that really broke me out of my shell.
After all the work Turcotte has done for the university and community, it is no surprise that Turcotte is excited for retirement, mainly because she will have more time for her family, especially her mother.
She supported me my entire life, and I just want to be able to spend as much time as I can with her.
But despite being excited to retire, Turcotte says she will miss Ball State, especially the students and faculty she has worked with.
And I love this university. I mean, I've dedicated most of my life to it and promoting it and making sure that it was a place where young people could grow and flourish.
In Muncie, Emily Harless, NewsLink, Indiana.
Anyone wanting to see Beth's final project, Gypsy, can attend one of the last performances this weekend. Showtimes and tickets can be found on Ball State's Theater and Dance event calendar.
Changes are coming to the happiest place on earth. Disney parks are banning some items ahead of summertime. Disney says large strollers will not be allowed into any Disney World theme parks, including stroller wagons, which are sometimes used by parents to keep up with multiple children who may not fit in a regular stroller. The House of the Mouse also announced all of its parks, including Disneyland, will soon be smoke-free. That means visitors hoping to light up will have to go to designated smoking zones outside of secured areas. Those new bans go into effect May 1st.
Health officials want you to know about a possible measles exposure in Indianapolis. A person from out of state visited Indiana and has been diagnosed with a highly contagious disease. The Marion County Public Health Department announced yesterday that the person was at the Microtel Inn and Suites near Indianapolis International Airport and Shapiro's Delicatessen March 18th. The department did not say where the person infected was visiting from. Symptoms from this exposure would begin sometime between this past Monday and April 8th. Measles typically start with sensitivity to light, high fever, a runny nose, and eventually rashes on the face and head. A team of Ball State students in an immersive course have followed the story of Muncie Community Schools for the past 7 months. This has culminated in a half-hour documentary set to air on WIPB in May.
NewsLink Indiana is partnering with that immersive course, and tonight we'll continue that partnership, taking a look at the third of 4 short documentaries produced by the team. We'll have that after your 7-day forecast.
Now temperatures are going to continue to drop tonight. Right now 61 degrees. We're going to dip down to 55, but I'll have more on that 7-day forecast coming up right after the break.
For those who serve today and those who served before them, for those whose sacrifice will never end, the Gary Sinise Foundation shows its gratitude through entertainment, outreach, and life-changing support. We can never give enough, but we can always give a little more. Find out how you can donate at GarySiniseFoundation.org.
Sometimes there's no do-over. Some things you can't rewind. That's when an extra safety step could mean the difference between a close call and a call to 911. Simple steps save lives. Learn more at poolsafely.gov.
Don't wait. Communicate. Make your emergency plan today.
Of all the things you've done with your bike, donating it to Goodwill may be the most incredible of all. Your donations help fund job placement and training for people in your community, which means your stuff can be more powerful than you think. Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs.
Welcome back. Michelle, I don't know about you, but I just couldn't get enough of this weather today.
I couldn't either. I got outside as much as I could, sat on the patio, and I just wish the weather would stay like this. But I have a feeling no good weather can last forever, right? There's got to be rain sometimes.
You know, Michelle, I wore no jacket today either, and I'm always cold, so I think that's saying a little bit of something, but today we actually were the warmest day we've seen for 2019, and now that's saying a lot as it is only the end of March. Today we actually topped out at 71 degrees, well below the average high of 55 degrees, but not quite warm enough to break that record of 79 degrees set back in 1998. Now right now across McKinley Avenue, still rather warm here. 66 degrees, light winds though, so if you're headed out and about, you're actually going to want to grab a rain jacket if you're going to be out for an extended period of time. But across the entire viewing area, similar story. We're still seeing upper 50s and to the mid 60s. Again, 66 here in Muncie, 64 Anderson, 57 in Marion, and 59 out in Kokomo. You are feeling if you're headed out and about tonight. Now the system that I did mention is going to be making its way to the state of Indiana, but right now it's centered right here over central Illinois. Increasing cloud cover over the state of Indiana, some scattered activity, but this is going to become more widespread and prevalent in nature. And right now, tonight, we're going to see temperatures back off just a little bit more. We're going to see 50 degrees is our low tonight. Again, rain showers taking over later on, those winds staying light and variable throughout the evening, but picking up just a little bit more, bringing those rain showers into play for tomorrow. We're going to be seeing 56 degrees is our rain chance tomorrow, breaking that down for you and what to expect throughout the day tomorrow. Now, 6 a.m. right here, if you're an early riser and headed out and about, we're going to be seeing most of this widespread across our viewing area and taking a little bit of a break here at 10 a.m. But this is going to go a little bit back and forth tomorrow afternoon. We're going to see mostly cloud cover, but this rainfall is going to be making a reappearance and maybe a potential for a thunderstorm or two for your day tomorrow evening. And your weekend is on the rise. We're going to be seeing a little bit of March Madness. Sweet 16's kicked off today. 52 is your high for Saturday and 39 on Sunday. And I have picked Sunday as my winner of these 2 days for the sunshine's sake. For the next 7 days, we're going to be seeing a continuation of a little bit of a dip in temperature for your weekend. 39 degrees for Sunday, a cool day, but no April Fool's joke there. Monday, we're going to be seeing 46 degrees, but 60 comes back into play for your day on Wednesday. So midweek, I promised you, it wasn't going to be that cold for forever, guys. Spring, maybe sticking around come midweek.
Thank you so much, Peyton. In the years before Ball State took over Muncie's public schools, the city's education system faced hardships and school closures that continue to affect children and families today.
Some have claimed these schools to have been strongholds of community, culture, and hope in neighborhoods across the city. In the end, however, the doors closed. In documenting the current times and future possibilities of the children in Muncie, it is important to hear the voices and pain of those that witnessed the final days of their schools. Take a look.
Once they were rebels. They were Mustangs, Spartans, and Bulldogs. But now, after Muncie has seen 3 elementary schools close and Southside High consolidate, a question remains. Have some children of Muncie lost their identity?
When we got wind of them shutting it down, the students were just like, there's no way. Like, there's no way they're going to do something like that. So we let it, we let it brush off of us until the last month of school when they said, no, we're really getting shut down.
But eventually the last day came, and students like Josh Rush finished their high school careers in a place they didn't think of as home.
Honestly, I think a lot of us, we were just naive or oblivious or in denial because we were just like, there's no way, this is impossible. You can't just shut us down.
You were attempting to support facilities that were built for 8,000 to 10,000 students that now housed 5,000 to 6,000. And you do that for a number of years, and financially you're going to be in dire straits.
Those finances later led to the closing of 3 elementary schools, displacing children and families like the Smiths.
When we heard the news, we got wind of it maybe a day or two before it was announced. We were pretty devastated. I would say that we all felt a pretty deep sense of true grief because of it. That it being a small school, it really does feel like an extension of family.
Like, I had made so many best friends, and they were just I was so used to them. And then that one night when we found out that it was closing, it just broke my heart because I was like, oh, I might never see them again.
In time, Josh graduated. He found himself wearing red in a sea of purple. He was still a rebel at heart. As for the Smiths, they've kept fighting.
I think we have a desire to make the world around us better, to care for the people around us, and you know, anywhere can be that place.
Things happen in life. You know, no matter how much you prepare, you're never fully prepared, ever. Anything can happen. So with that being said, you got to make the best of your decisions and make the most of the situations that, you know, that are going on around you, and that's a choice.
Shot by Madeline Gresh and Eric Pritchett, produced by Michael Robb, sound by Justin Brown, and directed by Garrett Looker, the series will continue to take a closer look into the issues of the community of Muncie faces, the lives affected by them, and the future yet to come.
This series will culminate in a WIPV documentary titled Why It Matters, A Tale of Two Cities, which will air in May.
So Andrew, what do we have coming up in sports?
Well, the wait is finally over. We'll take a look at opening day for Major League Baseball. We're also going to check in with Ball State football as they continue through spring practices. That and more after the break.
Isn't this perfect?
It was my pleasure. May I?
Adam, I can't thank you enough for saving me from that sweepstakes scam. I could have lost everything.
It was a classic cat and mouse game. Remember, you never have to pay to play.
You're my hero.
Oh.
After all these years. What's the matter, Adam? Cat got your tongue?
Sure, I look cute now, but when my owner lost his job, it was rough. I was living on the street, and one night, me and this Cocker Spaniel got into it so bad, I wound up looking like an ice cream cone. I cried a little bit, but thankfully I got rescued, so I'm running, I'm jumping, all back to my old self. And I'm ready to give unconditional love, even if you put a lampshade on my head.
I'm a teacher. Let me tell you what I make. I make learning a privilege, not a chore, and frustration a tool, not an obstacle. I make working hard seem easy and giving up impossible. I make an old subject feel like a fresh thought and unconventional methods common. I'm a teacher. I make more.
Welcome back to NewsLink Indiana. I'm Andrew Sanders with sports. With only 6 practices remaining, Ball State football reaches the midway point of their spring training program. The Cardinals took advantage of the weather and logged their 6th spring practice this afternoon. Regular practice to some, but for others, it was a chance to get a look at the remodeled Cardinals. Several Ball State recruits observed today's practice with newly added assistant coaches Colin Johnson and Tyler Stockton. Veterans and incoming freshmen alike have experienced firsthand how new and the coaching staff have bolstered team morale during practices. This year's motto of one at a time has taken root in this team, keeping players humble, focused, and hungry for the upcoming season. Ball State looks forward to the rest of their practices before their annual spring game on April 13th. Baseball season is officially back as teams around the country took to the diamonds on opening day. With some big names signing with new teams in the offseason, it should be an exciting year. The day started around 1 and wraps up with the conclusion of the Red Sox versus Mariners game going on right now. Today was marked with big hits and big plays as the new season came out swinging. The day was capped off by a game-saving web gem from Lorenzo Cain in Milwaukee. But while the professional season may just be getting started, the Ball State baseball and softball teams are nearly halfway through. The baseball team will host the Kent State Golden Flashes in what could be a preview of the MAC championship, as the two teams were favored to finish in the top 2 spots. Over on the softball diamond, the Cardinals will travel to Ohio and take on Kent State in a 3-game series that starts with a doubleheader tomorrow. Both Ball State teams are looking forward to extending their 7-game win streaks over the weekend. You can catch all the action on ballstatesports.com. And checking in on March Madness, chances are your bracket is busted by now. Coming into the Sweet 16, the only perfect bracket recorded on major sites belonged to neurophysicist Greg Nigel. The Michigan fan has picked Gonzaga to go all the way this season. In the West, #1 seed Gonzaga has survived Florida State in the Sweet 16's very first game. They'll go on to play the winner of the Texas Tech versus Michigan game happening shortly. To the South region, we last saw Purdue locked in a tight battle with Tennessee, but the Volunteers are making a late push. Surprising 12th seed Oregon is facing Virginia later tonight. And in the Midwest, North Carolina takes on Auburn, and Houston gets a shot at the Kentucky Wildcats. And honestly, the sports segment couldn't have ended a moment too soon because I need to run off and catch the end of this Purdue game. So I'll leave you guys to handle the rest of the newscast. I'm sure you guys are up to the challenge.
Yeah, not enough upsets in that first round, so I'm really looking for some madness to kick in the Sweet 16.
I'm sure it'll come around.
Go Purdue. Got to root for that hometown team, right?
For sure.
A J.K. Rowling meme that reveals what you should be doing next.
We'll have that next in Trending.
Hey, did you know 2.4 million loving cats and dogs in shelters and rescues need our help to find a home? Let's go to theshelterpetproject.org and meet a few who are in a shelter near you. Harlow, oh, she's one great listener who loves to hear all your stories. My kind of cat. Cerulo is a sweet, goofy boy who's eager to please. Sounds just like another dog I know. So go to theshelterpetproject.org, search your local shelters and rescues, and go for a cuddle with your next best friend. Adopt.
Problems. The ones nobody talks about at cocktail parties. We go looking for them. No matter the obstacles, no matter the odds. We surround a community's most critical problems, and we fight. United Way fights for the health, education, and financial stability of every person in every community. Will you?
It doesn't take a scientist to cure hunger or a fancy economist to create safe housing. It takes imagination, creativity, sweat equity. And I think of kids going to school hungry. Hunger, homelessness. In this land of plenty, seriously? Come on, we could fix this. Help out, or don't. The choice is yours.
Here's your sandwich, miss.
Oh, thank you.
And your burger.
Awesome, thank you.
And your bowl of boiling water, sir.
Welcome back. Time now to take a look at what's trending.
Joining us now is NewsLink Indiana's Joel Riley. Hi, Joel.
Hi, guys. And good evening to you all who are watching. Okay, guys, so we all know J.K. Rowling, right? Best known for the Harry Potter series. But does J.K. Rowling know who we are? Well, there's a meme that has been circulating on Twitter that can give a lot of random and mixed messages. You start out by first typing in J.K. Rowling reveals that you, and then if your phone has the predictive word feature, you can continue to press the predictive word in the middle until it forms a complete or somewhat complete sentences. And, you know, for me, I went around the room and I asked a few team members what was going on. Mine was actually kind of disrespectful, but had a nice nice message at the end. Mine was literally, J.K. Rowling reveals that you have no idea what you're going through, but you can figure it out. And I know that some other people, I think our executive producer, Zoe Duiggins, hers was, J.K. Rowling reveals that you have to get to work. Jeremy, what was yours again? Do you remember what yours was?
I can't remember, but I think it was a really cool way to use that predictive text feature.
Yeah, definitely.
You did it for me too, but I don't think my weather is as easily predictable.
Correct. Yeah, the
as
weather's
those
definitely
words,
predictable.
you know.
Yeah, you're right.
I wish I could hit a button and be like, okay.
Yeah, sunny,
okay,
please. Yeah,
yes.
85
Sun,
degree weather.
yes. Mm-hmm.
Yes, please.
But we are going to be seeing a lot of fluctuation within the next couple of weeks. Couple of weeks, and this upcoming week in particular, we're going to be seeing a dip in temperature for Sunday, 39 degrees. April Fool's Day, not so foolish right there, 46 degrees and mostly sunshiny. And back to the 60s comes Wednesday and Thursday, guys. So spring may be here officially.
Thank you.
That's all tonight for NewsLink Indiana. Be sure to join us again tomorrow at noon live on the NewsLink Indiana Facebook page.
And don't forget to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. Have a great night.